Wow, you guys, this is just absolutely wild and wacky that we have even more Callisto Protocol news. So in case you guys don't know, recently at the Sony State of Play here, we actually got to see some gameplay of the Callisto Protocol. So without further ado, let's go ahead and play it, and then I'll pause at certain points and we can just talk about it, and feel free to leave your inputs in the comments below. But things just like went from 0 to 100, and I'm totally down for that. Alright, so let me go ahead and pause it right here because you guys are free to check out the Callisto Protocol gameplay trailer by yourself. The one I'm currently looking at is from GameSpot, but we already saw kind of like a introduction to the area here. It looks like some type of prison. Obviously that has from the information that we've known beforehand, and we have one of the characters of the Callisto Protocol, not necessarily the main character, but one of the characters here, and he has a BIP on his back. I'm not sure what that means yet, but if you do, feel free to leave in the comments below. But it looks like there's some type of airship kind of traveling here to kind of bring us to that area, some type of high-tech kind of like hoverboard starcraft type thing. But yeah, it looks like there's a beautiful moon over here in the background too. And obviously, even though this is just a cinematic, even with YouTube quality, it just looks absolutely gnarly. And this seems to be like some sort of like watchtower or something. Maybe it's like a guarded spot where obviously if you're brought here because you could have done something bad. Maybe he has done something bad, which is why he's here, and basically maybe they don't want you to escape is what I could pretty much consider at this point in time, because I mean, with the stuff around his neck too, which is very reminiscent of Dead Space, obviously with the, I believe it's the producer or director working on this project, I do already see kind of some of the inspiration of Dead Space already alone in this trailer, which could be a very, very good thing or a very, very bad thing. It just all depends on how the rest of the game pans out.
Take a look outside.
Oh no, so it's actually him.
They call Callisto the dead moon. Dead. Just like you would have been if I hadn't fished you out of that wreck.
Okay, so yeah, I was incorrect. It's actually Jacob all along. For whatever reason, my mind just thought it was the original guy in the trailer that we saw when the game first premiered, but it is Jacob. He was brought here for a unknown reason, and it's us to hopefully figure out why, and hopefully for us to see how we can get the hell out of here. But yeah, dude, just wow.
Like you would have been if I hadn't fished you out of that wreck.
And also I want to mention too, he has his suit on and he's outside and it's obviously cold. Obviously with this being a place that's not Earth, the climate there could probably change at, you know, the drop of a dime here. So I'm curious to see what other possible weather terrain we may experience, because there's a lot they could do with this, especially if we're outside of that main area that we saw in the beginning here. I'm not saying that lava can be evolved or anything underwater, but that's something I'm definitely open to experiencing, as long as it's done in a very, very, you know, innovative and just creative way.
So whatever you're holding on to right there.
So it looks like there was some type of surgery going on there, and once again I do apologize, but let me go back right there to that part. Yeah, there's some type of surgery going on here, so people are being worked on. What's happening to them, that's unknown at this point in time. I'm sure you guys know as much as I do. Maybe you even know a little bit more. But yeah, that lady, maybe it's a lady, maybe it's a guy, they've probably seen a lot better days.
So whatever you're holding on to right there.
Alright, and that's one of the biophages, I want to say. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Or one of the biophage.
That's your old life. You gotta let that go. Because your new life is entirely in my hands.
So, I wonder if that's Jacob that's actually talking. He was talking about how his old life is gone, and then basically his new life is whatever is going on here. And we can see here very clearly, like, this robot or this android of some sorts is just slaughtering these prisoners. Like, they're just, he's taking them to church, man. He is not holding back whatsoever.
Life is entirely in my hands. I'm just trying to give you a chance at rebirth.
Alright, so here's more of the biophage. Look at that nasty guy. And guys, did you see that? Did you freaking see that? We have some of the sword action with some electricity around it. It has me freaking hyped. It has me super duper hyped. And this is also from one of the screenshots too, which I didn't mention in the last video, of where there was like a whole bunch of people like hanging. So they obviously died for a reason. Maybe we'll figure that out. Maybe there's treason, or maybe they did something or said something to maybe some of these prisoners that got them killed. But seeing that sword come out, it just, oh man, I'm just pumped right now. And we're only a minute in. Okay, I definitely had to pause that. I'm not sure if you guys had caught that, but his eye opening right there, I mean, it sucks that they're kind of showing this to us now, but if they include like little neat stuff like this where you have to be paying attention, and if you're not paying attention, you're gonna be like, whoa, like what was that? Oh man, yeah, you can definitely tell there's some big inspiration from Dead Space so far. There's some thick boys out there too. Wow, absolutely wow. I mean, that was only 1 second, but one of these biophage just literally came up out of nowhere. It looks like, well, I'm not going to say what it looks like, but it's coming out here with tentacles, and it's kind of like this skull thing. So it looks to me like they're kind of mutated, possibly prisoners here, which means that, you know, not only Jacob, but other people may be sent here to be experimented on. I mean, don't quote me on it because I know as much as you know, but it's really interesting that there are different types here, and hopefully they keep it up. And he has just this nasty, like, I don't know what to call it, like white bulges just sticking out of his skin, and he just looks disgusting, and I absolutely love it. And then this prior scene too, when he was going up the ladder, one of the guys just got gone, man. He got gone. I don't think he's coming back at all. Alright, so Jacob's hurt too, and we can see not only the ammo right here, even though I didn't mean to pause it at this certain frame, but we also can see what's definitely going to be his HP bar or his health indicator, which once again, big Dead Space vibes, makes sense. Sorry if I'm over here saying what we all know, but yeah, I just love the immersion that can be brought with this. But once again, one of my fears is it taking too much away from that and not really adding in something special all on its own.
I just love that last part.
Okay, so something's happening here. This guy's like ripping up out the ground. I'm not saying he's like the bad guy, the villain, but I like how they decided to focus on this guy at the very, very end of his trailer.
Gives me chills every time.
Oh man. Oh. Wow. So we definitely saw kind of some insight into the gameplay of it, and not only that, we do have a release date, you guys. Get ready. December 2nd, 2022. It is going down. It is absolutely going down. Obviously, it's coming to PC too, but yeah. If we go back over here to these scenes, so this guy's kind of ripping up out the ground, or yeah, he has to be out the ground because our character is sitting upside down here, and he's coming towards us. And let's pause real quick once again and look at him. He looks absolutely nasty, absolutely vile. He has these weird, not necessarily tentacle type things, but these like weird worm like appendages coming out of him. And Jacob's just like, dude, you smell like rancid, just straight up caca, dude. I guarantee he smells terrible. But he's definitely humanoid in nature, and these aren't eyes, but we see more of those white bulges like coming out of him, which just look absolutely disgusting. But I love the amount of detail in this scene. Like, I'm digging it. And then here we see more like a bit of melee action going on with another biophage, where he's just, you know, giving him the old 1-2. There's blood going everywhere. His head is busting open. And at least from this scene, it feels visceral. But will it feel visceral in the actual game? That is the question. That guy got thrown in there. And then this dude, at the very end, literally just rips. Is that Jacob? It just goes by quick. Is that Jacob? I'm assuming that's Jacob, because he's getting grabbed right here, and he is like, dude, please don't. Please, I've paid my rent, sir. Please don't do this to me. And he is just like, you know what? I'm sorry, man. Yeah, that's Jacob. That is confirmed for Jacob. He's like, yeah, man, sorry. But you suck at this game, so now it's time for you to die. It's just, wow, dude. Wow. You guys, I'm super stoked about this. I definitely had fun talking about it and seeing what's going on here. So feel free to leave in the comments below about what you guys thought about it. I knew that we were going to see gameplay here, but I didn't figure that we would see it so darn quickly after this point in time. Because, you know, a week ago we had screenshots, and now we have gameplay, which kind of adds to things. And not necessarily gameplay alone, but more so of the trailers. And it looks great. Like, I'm super happy that they've kind of kept things under wrap too, to not spoil things for us. But only time will tell how much better this game can get, or, you know, is it able to kind of break away from being not necessarily a Dead Space remake, but a Dead Space kind of copy and be its own series? Or will it be kind of stuck in, you know, being something that it was based off of in the first place? But thank you guys so much for watching. There's obviously more content on the way. And yeah, you guys, just enjoy the trailer and get hyped just like me, because, you know, we're looking at 6 more months from this date of this video, and this game's out. Holy crap.